Palestine Solidarity Campaign has a major force in building solidarity with the Palestinian people. I'd now like you to welcome the Executive Director of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, Sarah Colborne, who was also on the Mavi Marmara and also went through that experience of trying to deliver aid to the people of Gaza. Sarah, you're very welcome here today.
Thank you. I want to talk about two things today. One is hypocrisy, and the second one is Jerusalem. Hypocrisy. We're told that democracy is an important criteria for the US and Britain. We're told that this is all about defending democracy. Look at what happened to the Palestinians. They had democratic elections. Because the US and Israel and Britain did not agree with the decisions that the Palestinian people made, they have deliberately imposed a siege and a blockade on Gaza, and they have imposed a humanitarian crisis on Gaza that we're all aware of. They've also been imprisoning democratically elected Palestinian representatives. This last week, Israel abducted another 4 Palestinian MPs, including 2 from the Red Cross building in Jerusalem, which Israel stormed. One of the people they abducted last week was the Palestinian speaker, and that's how the US treats democracy. The second one I wanted to mention was justice and international law. How is Israel able to violate international law for all of these decades with the permission of and active support of the US and Britain? Thirdly, I want to talk about peace and the hypocrisy of Israel having nuclear weapons and then attacking Iran when Iran does not even have nuclear weapons. Last year, the United States gave Israel $3 billion in military aid. They paid for 18% of Israel's total defense budget. And what many people don't know about is that the US also has a stockpile of weapons inside Israel. That started off, it was used in the 2006 war that Israel used against Lebanon. They used cluster shells that the US had stockpiled in Israel against the people of Lebanon. And that stockpile, sitting in Israel now, is worth $1 billion. And it's expected to grow even further this year. Right, third and last thing, because I'm being told to wind up, is Jerusalem. Those of you who have been following Palestine will be aware of the campaign of ethnic cleansing that continues, of the campaign against the democratic rights of the people of Palestine to live in their own homes and their own land, and the denial of their right to return. 30th of March will be a really important day, because that's when the people of the world are coming together to support Jerusalem, to support Palestine. And what I want you to do is to come to the Israeli embassy on the 30th of March. Come with us, stand in support of Jerusalem, stand in support of Palestine, stand in support of freedom, human rights, dignity. Thank you very much.